In this section, we're going to discuss organizing things in ProcessBook and some of the buttons to navigate. Now, this is the Pi demo that ships with ProcessBook. Open up either this or something that has multiple pages like this, a PIW file, and many displays. And what you'll notice is that when working with these displays, you have these two buttons here, New and Open. And New is simply going to open this up in a new window, regardless of how many windows may currently be open. Open, on the other hand, will open whatever you've selected into the current window. So just to give you an example, I'll go ahead and choose New. Opens up a new window for main column bottom. If I choose Batch Reactor and choose New also, we now get two windows. But if, on the other hand, I had chosen, for example, Trends, and instead of choosing New, if I chose Open, what that does is it simply replaces that main column bottom. And I can do this over and over again. In fact, when you're using Open, it's the same behavior. When you use that Open button, it's the same behavior as if you double-click. Double-clicking has the same behavior as the Open, as you can see. Now, there's also an interesting shortcut here. The New option is so useful that we give you a couple different ways of doing it. One of the ways you can do it is by just dragging this onto an open space on your workbook. So that's going to go ahead and open it up in a new window. I can do this as many times as I need to. Let's just drag it onto an open area. Now I've got 3 windows open here. You can take a look at Window and see all the windows currently open. Now, what I've discussed so far all has to do with being in run mode. If you're in build mode, on the other hand, for example, and if I were to double click in build mode, well, instead of launching anything, you're going to go in and edit that entry. One final thing, please be careful you don't confuse this New button with the File New. It's a very common mistake. People think, well, okay, I want to build a new display. I'll just click on New. That's not a new display. That's just opening what you've selected in a new window. To build a new display, you do File, New, and then choose the type of new object. In this case, typically a standalone display.